Really?
I don't know why those tunes come into my head. It's that or Smurfs.
I feel like that's like Sam, was it Samson and Son? Like I feel
Sanford
like
Son.
Sanford and Son. I feel like that
Yeah.
one's a little didn't age well. I
A
feel like
lot
you
of those
shouldn't.
shows didn't age
No, so I
well.
feel like that's not kosher. Not
Gummy bears.
that one at least is better.
Yeah. All right,
Hello
I'll stick with that one.
everyone. Welcome to Waking Up. I am Anna. This is Sean.
Hi.
Don't hold anything against him right now. He
Please
knows
don't.
he does
Mm-mm.
not know what he does.
I no, I don't. I realized how old and how yeah, I am.
This is Waking Up. This is our mental health podcast where we talk about religious deconstruction, mental health, and healing, and pretty much what we do to survive.
Mhm.
So let's do this disclaimer, shall we? Here on Waking Up, we are not here to bash anyone's faith or religion. We think faith and religion are beautiful things when done in a mentally and emotionally healthy manner. We are not healthcare professionals. This is not a place for getting any true healthcare advice, mental health care advice. Everything said on here is our opinion, editorial, and entertainment
Yes,
purposes only.
entertainment purposes. Yes.
Technically entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
But however, if you would join our Discord, if you are in need of professional help, we do have information that will help you get in touch with a true healthcare professional. So just contact us on our Discord and we will be glad to provide that information for you. That will get you in touch with people who are licensed and certified to help you in the mental health arena. Sean and I grew up in the 90s, early aughts, which in the Southern Baptist religion, which is, for those of you who aren't aware, is an evangelical conservative denomination of the Protestant Christian faith. And like we say every week, we didn't think could get any worse, but they said hold my communion juice, like like
Oh, my
they
grape juice.
hold my grape juice. We didn't think it could get any worse than when we grew up,
Mm,
but we were
we're
wrong.
wrong. Yeah.
They like to prove us wrong. All right, so
What are we talking about today?
I chose the topic, but you get to introduce it. But,
That's fair. You do the disclaimer, and I do the
right.
Oh God. Okay. So we've used the term journey a whole lot
Fuck
in
that
talking
journey.
about
Fuck
talking
journey.
about our mental health,
Fuck Journey.
but I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
not
kind
the
of
band.
tired.
I love Journey.
Yeah, yeah, that's a whole different thing. Yeah.
Don't stop, believe it. Wait. Okay. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna keep
Let's keep
going.
moving. Yeah. But oh my God, this journey feels like it's gone on forever. It feels I'm so tired. I'm tired. The journey is long, and the journey is tiring. And I've been like, sometimes I'm feeling like
Hi, Asta.
hey Asta, I'm like, what? Wasn't it easier before? Sometimes that thought occurs to me.
Yes, I even say that in therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I
It was
first started healing, like I was first doing my intensives and I was going to therapy 3 times a week, like I remember just, especially when I was having a triggering moment, just going, this was so much easier before. I just want to
yeah,
go back.
yeah, exactly. So that's what we're talking about today. Nobody warned us healing was gonna be like this. It was gonna feel like this. Healing was gonna be this hard. That's not how we were. Nobody told us that. That's not how, like, the movies and the TV shows and the books and it was like that. This is not what it this mm-mm, this is not what they told us
No
it was going to
one
be like.
told you.
No, no one warned
No
me.
one warned. Well, like we've warned you because
I
we're
mean,
honest about our shit. But I mean,
yeah,
it's like no one warned you that it's gonna like maybe they say the thing like there's always it's always darkest before the dawn, like that shit. But no, but they
yes,
don't. It's like that's like whatever. No one warned you. You feel like fucking like no one warned you that except for us. Like
Yeah.
that no one warned me or
Yeah.
that you were gonna feel worse and be worse before you were better.
Yeah, like when somebody see, we try to be honest about exactly what the journey looks like. But like, if someone were to say, have you gone to therapy? Have you considered going to therapy? Or like, you see something where somebody's going to therapy in the movies, they're in therapy in a TV show. Does not feel like what is like. It's like they go to a session and like they're good. I'm like, wait, what life are you living? Because that ain't my
Right?
life.
I think maybe the only exception, and even then it still feels a little light or whatever,
Mhm.
is I'm a little mad at my therapist. She made me do an exposure. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That must have been very, very difficult. And you know what? I get mad at my therapist, but my therapist makes me do exposure therapy in a different way. So I mean, it's very different. But
Yeah.
are you okay, Asta? That is a question. It's like, how are you after doing that? I came from a mental health specifically after this
Hey,
journey
Lily.
completed chapter turned. Oh, right. Oh, Sean, remind me to fill you in on that later.
I need tea.
You do need tea. I got you, boo boo. I got you. You'll like this tea.
Sweet. All right.
It's your
All right,
flavor
all right.
of tea.
Heck yeah.
Just when you think that your life is hard, my life is shitty. But Blue Ellie, welcome. I'm glad you're
Hi, Blue
here.
Ellie.
I love you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, like healing is fucking hard, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
Mhm.
Healing is healthy, but just like comparing eating a donut versus eating a gluten-free or egg white omelet with no salt and shit, like right.
You mean choking it down? You don't
Right.
mean eating it. You just mean
It's good for you, but it's awful.
Dang.
Embrace the suck of the heel.
Yes, that is exactly. Yeah, that's it. Mhm.
But
Yeah.
anyway, like I was saying, like I think the closest thing I've seen to a show that about therapy that has been closest is it's an Apple TV show called Shrinking.
I want to see that, but I don't have Apple.
It's actually like it's good, but it's also a lighthearted comedy. So of course, yes, there's some serious issues, but like, and yeah, but it's not. I think that's the closest I think I've seen.
Yeah, most shows really don't demonstrate how difficult therapy is and how much of a struggle it is. It's not one and done. It's not happy and pretty, and it's although some people are like talk therapy and that's just what they need. It is not just I'm going to tell you my things and then I'm going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot harder than that. I see things differently. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Exposure therapy. Oh, yeah, I've had my own exposure therapy.
That could be a
It's
hit or
hard.
miss. That could be a hit or miss, and it
Yeah.
depends. Like honestly, like I am still on the fence about it. Like, have I done it?
Yeah.
Yes. Have I
Yeah.
done it severely in some things? No. I mean, that could either re-traumatize you
Yes. Mhm.
or it could be healing, and you don't know until you do it. And it just depends on, and like as long as like if your therapist recommends it, absolutely. But
Yeah.
like there are some
Don't do
people
it yourself. Just
yeah,
us.
some people do it. It's like I'm just going to do it because I need to face it and I need to do other things. I was like, whoa.
No,
Whoa.
that's giving yourself therapeutic advice, and that's not a good idea. Yeah, my therapist always does it in very small amounts. It starts and that's the difference. A lot of times when I think about it myself, I should just do this thing. It's usually like a big thing, and it's a pass or fail.
What?
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's not
And
always
that's
a good
not
idea.
healthy?
No, it's not black and white. Pass or fail is not healthy. No.
Stop.
Yeah. So with my therapist, it's been okay. Exposure. It's been a very small thing at the beginning, but also here's a big mindset shift that I had to learn. Not doing the thing doesn't mean failure. It means we now need to understand what happened. or doing the thing and feeling like I failed. Like, it's not black and white. Success is not black. Success is not binary. It's not 0 and 1. It's I know, crazy, right?
Mm-hmm. Keep talking, Sean.
Maybe I didn't do what I fully wanted to do, but I did something. So let's discuss that. That's what. Yes. You're having thoughts.
Just keep talking. Just keep talking. You're fine.
Yeah. I have struggled. I have struggled with for people that are new to this show. I have struggled for many years. Also known as my life, for very black and white thinking, very pass fail.
I have struggled in my life.
In my life, yes, for many years, as in like the total sum of those years.
I see. Yeah, I mean, and that's awesome, because sometimes you just can't avoid that's a situation where you can't always avoid. And it does often, sometimes things like that will stop you living your life. But as long as you did it in a safe way under mental health advisors, your therapist supervision, or not maybe necessarily supervision, but recommendation, and you did it safely, that's, I support that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. I am very, very proud of you. Good job.
That's a big step.
I was with my therapist. Awesome. See,
Very
even
cool.
better. So again, big steps. And I know it was scary, and I know it was hard. I can imagine it was hard. I can't say I know, but I can imagine it was very, very difficult, but I'm proud of you. So, yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Healing, what people say it looks like versus what it really is. God fucking damn it.
I feel like there's a montage somewhere. It's kind of like the training montages. There's like a therapy montage where they're doing all the healing stuff.
Well,
and then they're better.
So he's like, okay, they call it the brochure. Let's heal. I like to call it the social media stigma. The social media,
I'm reading the brochure.
Like the little and pretty. It's just like, it looks like you are having these, you are in this one beautiful morning. It looks like one night you wake up and you come to this realization, and then you feel empowered. You feel healed. All of a sudden, something feels like a weight lifted off of you. Or, like you cry, and it's a beautiful cry, and it's all like, oh, you cry, and you feel lifted, and you feel healed, and you feel closure, and you feel these things. And then, you feel like you are just this transcended person. You're doing this work. You're setting these boundaries, and people respect the boundaries. Yes. People see you in this, like, oh, they set a boundary, and, blah, blah, blah. Like,
everybody's receptive of it.
Everybody is receptive, and everybody's like, they respect it, and everything goes how I set a boundary.
One and done.
Right.
I set a boundary. I'm good. Things are good now.
I feel strong. And sometimes I feel strong. I feel empowered because I said no, because I refuse to be treated a certain way. That's not reality. No. Setting a boundary. I think the best thing I think I said it to the group. It was like setting a boundary feels like your nervous system feels like you don't know whether you set a boundary or you're about to fight a bear. That's what it feels like. You're just like,
yeah, exactly. There might be a brief moment where you feel confident, or you feel like, yeah, I did this thing. You feel accomplished. But for me, the moment after, like, that's a fraction of a second. After that, it's just fear and
I feel like vomiting.
Like,
I personally, I push a boundary, or I not push a boundary, but I set a boundary. I literally feel like I'm gonna vomit. I like, it's not even like I get that moment of I feel strong and empowered.
I did it.
No, I literally feel like the person who's like in the, like, okay, so like imagine this, like there's a stage, like a theater stage, and you're in the wings, and you're going, I know I need to go out there. I know I need to go out there. And you're just like, and somebody just pushes you, and you're all of a sudden you're in the stage, and you're like, well, I've got nothing. I have to
I'm
do it now.
here.
I'm
Yeah.
here. I've got to do it.
Yep.
More stress and headache than it makes me feel strong. Exactly. And it's just like, so you're standing there and you set the boundary. And like I said, your nervous system feels like you're about to bite a fucking bear. You're not safe. You don't know these things. You're not going to back. Like, that's where people then start like letting people break their boundaries, because you set the boundary and you're like, God, I don't. And then having to enforce the boundary.
That to me, that is harder.
Just
than
thinking about it
setting-
makes me nauseous.
Right, exactly. It does. To me, setting the boundary is the easy part.
Oh, no, Asta. Oh, no, because I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. And okay, I'm going to be very open and honest, because that's what we here on Waking Up. This past week has probably been the absolute worst week for me mental health wise ever. Ever. Well, not ever. Okay, I scratch it. Has been the worst week that I've had in a very long time. A very long time. And I had to hold a boundary. And I had to hold a boundary, and I had to set a boundary, and I had to set a very firm boundary. And I had to set a firm boundary because without setting that boundary, it was affecting my mental health. I had a full-blown anxiety attack. I had I did not sleep at all Wednesday night. So and right now, honestly, I'm still carrying so much fear and anxiety for having set that boundary, because the problem hasn't resolved itself yet. So I'm still within that. I'm having to hold my boundary right now. And so like I was telling Sean before, I was like, just the thought of what's coming, it like has me like nauseous. It had me like, I was in a state of like my whole body was shaking just by the thought of, okay, well, this is what I've got to face. And so, yeah, it's been shitty. It's been absolute shitty. And I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to use my tools. I'm trying, and I didn't want to have to enforce this boundary. I didn't want to have to set it, and I didn't want to have to enforce it. I was hoping, I was using my tools, and I was doing all the things. I was trying to hopefully have the situation resolve itself. The situation has not resolved itself. So then I had to set a boundary, because I can no longer, it is not only just affecting my mental health, it is affecting my physical health now as well. So, and with that, it's affecting my home life. It's affecting my life. So and having set that boundary, now I feel literally like I'm fighting a bear. I was at a point earlier this week that I just wanted to give up. I have absolutely, and I can imagine. I understand what that feeling is like.
I think that's the part that they don't tell you about healing, is because it is exhausting. It is hard. It is stressful. To me, I think it's much more stressful than not healing, than just the status quo.
Yes. And
so I feel like there's I can't say everybody goes through this. I don't know if everybody goes through this, but I know it is. It is. I think it is normal to get to that point in your healing process where you're like, "What am I doing? Is this worth it? Is this? Why don't I just go back? Let's just give it up and just go back, because it was easier then." There's that point. It's a very crucial point. You're like, because a part of you is like, "This is exhausting. This is worse than not healing."
I actually said that in therapy on Tuesday. I was like, it was so much easier when I wasn't aware.
Yes. Yeah.
Or at least I thought it was easier. Let's make that. I thought it was easier because I was used to it.
Mm-hmm. That's a false equivalency. Or we tell ourselves, that voice says it was easier, but we only considered easier because we were conditioned to it, and the way our brain works, it's it doesn't take as much energy for our brains to make these existing connections continue.
Asta, we're going to get to that later.
Yeah.
That's on our thing.
Yes.
So
Yep.
we're
Good
going to
segue.
hit that. We're going to hit it.
Yeah.
But like you feel like once you start all of this that you're I don't know about you, Sean, but I felt like I was more of a mess. And it's almost like my coping skills were keeping everything together, and then when you can't or shouldn't use them anymore because you know they're unhealthy and you're trying to do the healthy healing thing, you you right. Like we never I was like I just held it together. I didn't cry in public.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
smiled through getting treated like garbage. I was agreeable.
You masked up and you went about your business.
Right. I felt like garbage. But at least like I could navigate people and situations. I felt like I was navigating them better. I was more palatable. I think that was the other thing. I was more palatable to people.
Hmm.
And now I'm healing and I'm setting boundaries and I'm saying no and I'm actually allowing myself to be a mess and look like a mess and be true to my emotions and honest about how I feel about situations. And all of a sudden I feel like I'm bitchier, I cry more. I feel everything. I'm no longer just going, nope, just gonna not feel that.
You're less palatable to other people. That's the people pleaser. That is absolutely, because I'm the same way. I'm the people pleaser. So like when I'm not palatable to other people, when I'm rubbing people the wrong way, when I'm doing something that other people aren't happy about, holy crap, that is so difficult to maintain that, because I'm like, well, it was easier for me to just suck it up and go along with it and just do whatever anybody else wanted, because they were happy, and if they were happy, then it's fine, I'll deal with it.
Nobody was arguing. Nobody
Yeah.
was fighting.
Yes. So it was like I know how to, I could deal with with the stuff that I'm doing to myself.
Yes.
I just didn't want other people to be upset with me. I didn't want other people to be mad at me. I didn't want to rub people the wrong way. And so
What do you think?
Mhm.
What was the biggest gap between what you expected and what it actually was?
Okay, so I thought I bought into the brochure. I bought it.
You still buy into the brochure.
To me, the mental health journey was like a medication, a pharmaceutical commercial. Like, you know,
Why is that
even
not
when
so,
they're
like Cialis with erectile dysfunction? We're not going to talk about how mentally, how that suffers your self-esteem. We're not going to talk about how you feel guilty and ashamed when you whatever. But Cialis.
we're gonna play happy music while we're telling you these horrible things, and you're gonna be okay with
This
it.
is going to, giving you a hard on is going to fix your relationship.
Absolutely.
Not the not communicating or no, it's
Yeah.
going to fix your fucking relationship.
But that's kind of was like that was how I approached therapy for the longest time.
Oh, he's not
Yeah,
in America. Oh, okay, I forgot.
People outside the U.S. don't understand the insanity that are medication commercials.
Asta, do yourself a favor. Yeah, just look up like medication commercials. U.S. medication commercials.
Like Cialis.
They feed us this, which I don't understand because we can't even buy them. We have to go to a medical professional.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense. I don't know.
In the U.S., pharmaceutical companies are allowed to market directly to patients. Even though we can't get the medication without a prescription, they market to us. And what they want to do is they want to get it in our heads that we need this medicine, so that we will pressure our doctors to give us the medicine. Doctors hate it, because their patients are like, because their patients come in acting like they know what they need.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor's like, no, you don't need that medicine. So yeah. My current doctor, I had to switch doctors. He's from another country. That was a big shock to him. When he got to this country, he was like, oh my God, what is this? What are these commercials?
Yeah, it's
It's
illegal in the
bad.
rest of the world. It should be
Yeah,
illegal. There are so many things that should be illegal here.
yeah. Yeah.
We're not.
We
We're
could
not.
dive into the politics of that, but that's a bit much for what we. So
There's a
just
lot of things that I find very ironic.
But if you if you watch one of the commercials, the point I'm making is that if you watch the commercials and like the music they're playing and what they're telling you and the visuals, the pictures they're painting are completely contradictory to what like reality is.
And then they
so
hide the side effects in the end.
at the tiny, like the smallest print.
Yo, okay, so you're taking like a medication for like Cialis for your erectile dysfunction, right?
Mhm.
And then it's like may cause nausea, diarrhea, like headaches, dizziness, and even heart may increase heart problems in some
Yeah,
people, which resulting in severe something like this. And you're just like, wait, hold up.
yeah. It's like wait, when the side effects are worse than the symptom you're trying to fix, that's a problem. But a lot of the medications are like that. You're like, I'm sorry, that's a side effect? What?
Right? That sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah, because it is a problem. So you get another medication to fix that problem. It's just
I can't. But that's
so
basically what they make healing look like. They make it
yes.
look like, oh, like that. Honestly, you're exactly right, Sean.
Mhm.
The list of side effects is longer than what.
Yes, that's
Yes, and I
exactly it.
wish we
Right?
were over exaggerating. We are not.
No, we're not.
We are
That
not.
is
And
what's like.
that's exactly what it feels like with healing, especially what we call the social media stigma, or what's this is calling the brochure stigma. The they almost market healing
Mhm.
like, and then at the end it's like may induce triggering long, stress, anxiety, physical
Mhm.
side effects such as like they don't tell, they hide that, they hide it,
Yes, yes.
they might state it, but they hide it.
Yeah, they hide it behind or they cover it up with the pretty music and the pretty pictures and all the fun stuff. It's there. They're hiding it so you never even see it,
Right.
but it's there.
Oh, it's 100
Whether-
percent there.
yeah. So that's what to me. That's what the brochure was like. I'm like, what's happening? I don't remember this commercial talking about this. Oh,
Right.
it did.
Oh, right.
It was there. Yeah. So.
I think mine, my biggest gap was like, I don't think I had any. I'm sure I did. But I think it was my last resort type situation. I think honestly, I approached because, and you know this, it was just like, I can't,
Mhm.
I can't. I am at the bottom. I am at my wit's end. I am having too many ideations. I have to do something or otherwise I'm going to have to I'm going to have to get some inpatient help. Like that, it was my last resort. So I was like, anything is better than this. That's
Mhm.
where I was. Like I wasn't in the whole like, this is bad, but no, anything was better than what I was going through. And then I realized it could get worse when you're healing. I was just like, I thought this was supposed to make me feel better. Why do I
Yeah.
feel like I got run over by a garbage truck that was on fire? Then they stopped, backed over, run over me again, and then a pile of hot burning garbage fell on me because that's exactly what it feel like.
Yeah, be prepared for that because I remember one of the things that kind of shifted for me was when you and I were talking about therapy and our therapy experiences, and you were like, "So, when's the last time you felt like you got punched in the gut when you
Oh,
from
that was a few years ago.
yeah, it was in a therapy
Mhm.
session?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Punch in the gut? What are you
You
talking
had
about?"
no idea what I was
I
talking
had
about.
no idea. I was like, I thought you just went to therapy and you just talked about what was happening in your life, and then you left, and then you came back in a couple weeks or whatever, and you did it again. And I was like, punched in the gut. So that's when how I was doing therapy started to change because I wasn't doing therapy. I was talking. That
Hey,
was
you
about
were going to
it.
therapy to feel good.
Yes.
And people do that.
Yes, that is a viable thing. That is some people just need talk therapy. They just want to go and have someone listen and talk. So they talk. And that if that's what you want, that's fine, as long as that's what your intention is, and that's what you plan to do, and that's what you understand that is what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I needed more than that, but that's not the approach I was taking.
Mm-mm. And me being me, I was just like,
yeah,
fucking like literally that my therapist, my current therapist, literally had to stop and say, okay, not every session has to be a trauma rip it doesn't have to be a trauma session. Not every session has to be a trauma session, because basically you're re-traumatizing yourself. You're just hurting yourself on purpose. And because I would be like, no, we're going to do the hardest thing. We're going to approach the hardest thing. We're going to do it the hardest way. We're going to because I was very much like, no.
Yeah. And then when you're used to bringing heavy trauma to every session, the session where you don't feels wrong.
Feels like you're wasting their time.
Yeah, feels like you're wasting everybody's time. Like, why am I here? If we're not diving in deep, if we're not digging hard, what's the point?
And I didn't, honestly, now that I think, I mean, I still carry that trauma. So when I'm like, I feel like when I'm talking about things that are bothering me or that I'm going through that maybe aren't trauma based, maybe they're just things that I am navigating in life. Mm-hmm. And I go to therapy and I tell her about it and I explain myself. And then I feel like I'm wasting her time. But then I don't realize, but here's the thing that I don't realize, that therapists are human too. And maybe they need a break. Maybe they need to not hear every patient in a crisis situation. And I just that's though I still apologize. I was like, I feel like I'm just whining, blah, blah, blah. And she'll threaten to throw her shoe at me. But not everything has to be hard. Healing is hard, but it doesn't have to continuously be hard. But you can't just go, okay, well, it's not a hard session and just skate on the surface. Every now and then, and especially a good therapist will then, even though that you come in with a topic that's on the surface, they hit something that's not.
Mm-hmm. How many times have you gone in with something that's kind of surface, that doesn't feel deep, and then it ends very differently, and you're like, oh God.
Listen, bitch, I don't need you calling out my last 3 sessions. I don't need you calling out my last 3 sessions, because yeah.
That happens too. Nobody tells us that's how therapy goes. Nobody tells us that's what it's like.
It sucks so hard. But then we have what's called the awareness tax.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually did have a session one time where I literally said, I wish I didn't know, because I feel like now I'm struggling harder. Because not only now am I still doing the thing that I the trauma coping, or the thoughts are still happening, the feelings are still happening. I'm still experiencing the same trigger and the same trigger responses. But now that I've done the work, now that I have tools in my toolkit, now that I have all of these things, now I'm at war with myself. You can't unring the bell. Now I'm aware of what's an unhealthy coping mechanism. Now I'm aware of what the trigger is. Now I'm aware. And that is like getting this beautiful jewelry box, opening it up, and there is a fucking bloody hand in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Yeah. Can I just close the box now and pretend it
right?
didn't happen?
We're good.
No, you're aware of it. It's there. You see it. You can't unsee it, and and that's where it feels worse, because you're like, but why can't I just go back to that old coping mechanism? Why can't I just do that again?
And the urge to go back is so goddamn strong.
Oh, it is. So it's easier, because in your brain and your nervous system, it's easier. And so, especially when you're exhausted, you're already exhausted. I'm stressed out. And I just want to do the easy thing.
I don't want to do like that. It's so hard. It's like, I don't want to do the hard work, and your body, especially when you're first starting to use your coping mechanisms and your tools to navigate hard emotions or whatever,
Mhm.
you instantly just want to go, fuck it. This made me feel relief before. I'm just going to do it again.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then again, you have to stop yourself and go, no, we're
Mhm.
not going to do that. And then it's a battle. It's a battle. It's then
Mhm.
not only are you feeling the original emotion slash trigger slash trauma, you are now having to deal and like handle that additional like, no, we're not going to do the old coping mechanism. What are the thoughts of you like? No, we're not going to do that. And now you're fighting yourself.
It's a
All
battle on two fronts now. That's what it is. Before it was just a battle in one direction, and now we're getting it from both sides, and we're going, I'm just so tired.
And on top of that, it's like knowing you're still doing the thing. You're still either triggered, still reacting
Mhm.
to the thing, still
Oh yeah.
doing that. You know why you're doing it, but there is no stopping it.
Mm-mm. You're watching the train wreck. You're watching the thing unfold. You're watching the
And there's no
and
stopping it. There is no
no,
stopping it.
yeah.
I'm just going to have to navigate this feeling. And like it's hard because now you recognize everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no and unfortunately with healing that's the biggest gap. That's the biggest, I think, honestly. Okay, we're going back to that. That's the biggest gap for me. I
Mm-hmm.
thought once I was aware, once I recognized the pattern, once I recognized the problem, once I recognized the trauma, and I recognized, okay, here's the basis of this feeling, this trauma, this trigger, this emotional reaction. Here's the coping mechanism, and now I have the healthy tool to replace it and do all these things. I thought I will never feel that way again.
Mm-hmm.
I will
You've got
never.
this licked.
Right, it's fine. I have it. It's fine. I have the tools, and now I know how to face them, and
Mm-hmm.
now I know what to do the next time, so it'll be better. It'll be easier. I won't feel
Mm-hmm.
that way. Maybe I won't even be triggered by it. Maybe I won't be affected by it. Wrong.
That's so wrong.
Will you first, when you first start healing, when you're first in this process and you're first learning how to use your tools, you'll react exactly the same. And the urges to do the coping mechanisms will be exactly the same. And as you get further along and as you get more practice with some of your tools, what I have discovered, which is awesome, and when I mean awesome, I mean that sarcastically deep down into my
Mm-hmm.
soul. What I realized is then now I still have a deep-seated reaction to the trigger and the trauma, but it shows up differently. And so now my trauma went, oh, okay, we're not going to react this way. Okay, but I'm still showing up. I'm just going to show up looking different.
Oh, that's dirty.
It is dirty. It's insidious.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible. It's because like, for example, like something happens to me with my mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
It used to have an instant fear-based reaction. It used to have an instant trauma victim reaction. Now that I've done some of the trauma work, now that I understand some of the things that I do, I don't get that instant reaction, that instant fear, that instant, my nervous system doesn't click on at 100% like it used to.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. And that gives me a false goddamn sense of security.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'm like, look at me. I am like, that's awesome. I know. Look at me. I'm feeling empowered, which is also, that is good. I am not going to
Mm-hmm.
diminish the fact that now that I can recognize that I don't have that, I am learning to train my nervous system. But then what happens? What happens is it's like, okay, it's not an instant to 100. What it is, it's then it goes, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a nick, and it's going to just nick you. And it doesn't hurt. You can handle it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then we're going to spread it like an infection. And it's
Yeah.
slow and it's deep. And then it's
Mhm.
like, okay, all right, I'm not reacting to things the same. my thoughts are not what normally are. My thoughts are, I'm starting to overthink things. I'm starting to things that would normally not bother me, or things that, like I am now taking and catastrophizing. Like, it's slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, with that one little nick, now all of a sudden is fucking you're septic, and you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
why am I this thing that has absolutely nothing related to my mom, for example?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I just totally completely falling apart about it? Oh, guess what? It all leads back.
Wow, that's so dirty.
And then I'm just like, God fucking damn it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to be aware of it. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
But
Fate.
that is what being aware of it. It still doesn't mean you're necessarily. We're doing well. Welcome.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
As far as which?
Are you paying attention? Your ADD is really bad today. What is like? Your ADD is like really bad. Where like you're completely lost right now.
Ooh, I was listening. I'm
as I see you move through this the document.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I lost the question somewhere back there.
What is your price of becoming aware?
Oh, the price of becoming aware. Ooh. Yep, yeah, we're talking mental health, religious trauma, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have some this. I kind of deal with some of the similar.
Well,
welcome. It's
yes.
delayed.
Join
yeah, absolutely. Join the conversation. The price of being aware. I'm still hitting it. Okay, this is going to surprise no one that's been watching.
Yeah.
Judgment. Now that I'm aware, I'm working on this.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and not let my subtitles talk while you talk. Okay, go ahead. You know what? I'm gonna mute myself. Hold on.
Okay. now that I'm aware, and I see the train wreck happening, I see the spiral start, I feel all of this stuff happening, and it's like I'm watching myself. I'm watching all of the this car crash, this pileup unfold. And then as if that wasn't enough, I feel like I can't stop it. And then I start judging myself because of that. I'm like, well, you can see it. Why can't you do anything about it? Why are you letting this happen? You know what's going on. Fix it. Do something. Why? And I feel helpless. And then I judge myself for feeling helpless. And I'm like, why? So in the moment, I'm like, why didn't you stop it? Why'd you let it happen? Why'd you let it keep going? If you saw it, why can't you fix it? And then afterwards, I'm like, why can't that's where the helplessness really sets in. And the shame begins from that. Is I'm like, I felt helpless, and I feel like I can't change anything. And then I feel shame that I can't change anything. And then that starts a whole new spiral. Like, this is great. Wait, it was better when I had no idea what it was happening.
Yes.
Because then, like, so as we all know, I tend to villainize. That's one of my things I do really bad.
What?
Is I know I tend to villainize. Shocker, right?
You know what? I swear to fucking God. I swear to God, the paradox of the spiral, and it never stops. Yes, exactly. But I swear to God. I mean, I've vilified people before. I'm not saying that I'm innocent of that, because I have. But I swear, the amount of people that have vilified me because they think, I don't know, because I can take it. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
Do I have a sign on my forehead that says Disney villain in training? Like, what is it?
No. I villainize because it's easier. It's a coping mechanism because it's easier if I just focus all of my problems and all of my uncomfortable feelings and I turn them into anger and I focus them on one person, it's easier for me to just sit and deal with it.
Hi, I'm that
Yeah.
one person.
Yes, you tend to be that one person. That is correct. Yes. And I can still that happens when I am very stressed out, whether it's a difficult day at work or for whatever reason I am just feeling exhausted and stressed and I'm just tapped out. I can see that part of me, that mechanism start to wind up, start to try to get some momentum and find anything completely unrelated and starts to create a focus. And I'm like, whoa, what's happening here? Holy cow. So before I was very judgy about that. And I'm trying to work really hard going, okay, I understand what's going on and I understand why I'm trying to do this. We're not going to do that. We're just going to sit. We're going to sit in the uncomfortable instead of trying to create a focal point because it's easier.
But that's the deep hellish feeling. Here's the hell of healing and the hell of being self-aware and just because you can name it doesn't mean it stops it.
Yep.
You just now know, but see, this is not a feeling that it's a feeling you felt before. It's a feeling, it's a situation, it's things that you have suffered and struggled through before. You just sort of accepted it or you just sort of dealt with it, but now you know the problem. And yet you're still sitting in the same uncomfortable feeling. And just because you can name it, it's like a stampeding herd of cows. It doesn't, just because you can name, you recognize, okay, the cows were spooked by a lightning bolt or a storm, doesn't mean it's going to stop the herd from stampeding right through your shit.
My former therapist liked to use the pothole analogy. It was like, oh look, there's a pothole, bam. Whereas before you hit it and then you're like, oh, that must have been a pothole. Now it's like I can see the pothole.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hit the pothole. I swear I'm not gonna hit the pothole. I'm just gonna swerve. Bam, there's the pothole. Okay, I hit it.
Yes. Oh, that, yeah. And it's just, such a gotcha. It's such a, now you're just like, now you know what it is.
And sometimes knowing is not necessarily a good thing. I mean, okay, it's a good thing. Knowing doesn't feel good.
No.
Knowing doesn't, yeah. Because that's where it was like, it was easier when I didn't know it. It was easier when I didn't see
maybe G.I. Joe had something like knowing is half the battle.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, this has to do with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe screwed us up because G.I. Joe said knowing was better than ever.
No, it just said knowing is half the battle. No, but they never said
What's
what the other half. They never said what the other half was.
They never did.
They never did. And here we are. And we're
still waiting for the other half of the battle.
No, we know what the other half of the battle is. The other half of the battle is, now that we know, and knowing is half the battle.
Doing something about it.
Now we have to, we're still dealing with the shit about knowing about. We're still dealing with the problem. That's the other half of the battle.
Thanks, G.I. Joe.
Fucking
Hasbro. Yeah, exactly.
Don't sue us. Don't sue us. We're too poor. We're too poor for you to sue us.
You can sue us, but you ain't getting anything.
I know, right? Yeah.
Except debt. If you want to take on the debt, that'd be great.
There's so many people are just like, oh, they're gonna take your identity. I was like, what are they gonna get out of it?
I mean, if they want to take the identity, they get all the debt too. And
yeah,
that's
there you go. Congratulations. Okay, so here's one for our viewers and something that that for our community and also that we can answer ourselves is like, what is something you know now that you wish you could unknow? that you could wish you could unlearn? Like, what is something you know about, like, either a trauma or a problem that you now have been made aware of that you wish you could just unsee?
Uh, I mean, I have a hard time answering that because I know that it's important to be able to recognize it, and so like wanting to be able in the moment, it's everything. In the moment, I'm like, well, I wish I didn't know this. I wish I didn't know this. But then separating that from the overarching, it's important to know so that I can address. So I'm like, okay, in that moment, it's pretty much everything I've learned, everything I've come to recognize about myself. I'm like, what? It'd be easier if I just didn't know that. If I just.
I think for me, I wish I could. There is sometimes, I mean, I really honestly, um, I wish I could unknow the people pleasing part of it.
Mm, yes.
And the more being more palatable part of it. And I know that sounds odd because it's hard, and as much trouble people pleasing and how much it is taken from me. That is, but there are times where I just wish I could just unknow that was just a people pleasing trait. Because then, because then when I recognize that I am accepting the unhealthy behaviors that are being treated towards me, I'm just letting it happen instead of setting the boundary, going, this is not acceptable, and I will not, and now having to enforce the boundary. It becomes, and like we said at the beginning, setting boundaries is very difficult, and setting boundaries isn't for you. I mean, it is for you, but setting boundaries is because you have to enforce it. And it's like my nervous system feels like I'm fighting a goddamn bear. And it's harder on me to enforce the boundary, like harder, relative, but I feel at the time it's harder for me to enforce a boundary and enforce my treatment and enforce those things than it is for me to just go, okay, I know I'm strong enough. I can adapt. I know I can adapt. And I do. And I just say, it is what it is, and I'm just going to take it like it is what it is, and they're never going to change. So I'm going to accept that they're going to treat me like crap, and I will just learn to adapt. But I shouldn't have to learn to adapt around somebody's negative behavior. But it made things so because I hate confrontation. I hate that, I hate all of that stuff. Being vulnerable, being honest, being all of those things, and being open and about where I am and going. And I hate standing up for myself, which I know is a shock to some people that in this community. I realize some of y'all are coming in the back end when I wasn't setting boundaries. After that, because I would, there is, I don't stand up for myself. Do I bitch about it later to people I trust? Yeah, but I don't.
But in that moment.
Yeah. Saying, this is not okay. This is not acceptable. I will not allow you to speak to me that way. I will not allow you to treat me this way. I will not allow you to diminish me that way. I will not allow you to do it that way. And I still struggle with that. There's some days that I just wish I could just and then I turned it into gaslighting myself, thinking maybe I'm the problem. If I would just, if I would just, if I had $1 for every time I thought or said it this week alone, maybe I'm the drama. If I just learn to accept that they're never going to change. I can accept that that whole complete acceptance, that radical acceptance is that, yes, I can accept that they're never going to change, but that does not mean that I have to allow them to treat me this way. But my gaslighting, my well-trained gaslighting, self-gaslighting, you're welcome, all you narcissistic abusers. It's one of those. I got trained and taught that if I just kept my mouth shut, because I'm smart enough, I am strong enough, I can take a metaphorical punch, but I shouldn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish I didn't know that. I really, really wish I do, because some days the fight is just harder than the acceptance.
Yeah. I'll just deal with it. It's fine. I'll just deal with it. For me, white knighting, because white knighting gives a strong sense of purpose and of accomplishment and of I'm doing good. I'm helping people. Like if I wasn't aware that was a thing, that was something that I was doing, like all of the good feelings that it can get from I'm fixing problems for people, I'm making a difference. Why am I doing it? But now that I know, I'm like, oh god,
the dopamine chasing. Oh, I miss the dopamine chasing. Oh god,
that's what that's all about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh god, I miss it. Oh god. Oh.
Because it felt like it didn't matter what direction we were going, as long as we were going in a direction. It didn't matter where that dopamine came from. It didn't matter who supplied it. There was something about chasing it that was it helped. It made us feel better because it's dopamine. So we went after it no matter where now that we realize that's what we're doing, we're like, oh god. So now I have to just stop. I have to just wait. I can't go chasing the stuff that's going to make me feel good.
I mean, you can, but you have to do it in the healthy manner.
Yes.
And then you have to recognize that.
That's like the difference between eating an apple and eating, I don't know.
Apple pie.
Yes. There you go. That's exactly it.
Eating an apple, yes, though, still like they will tell you, still full of sugar or whatever. But eating an apple is still healthier than eating an apple pie, a piece of apple pie.
Oh my god! It's so
but the apple pie is so good.
Oh god. Yeah, that's chasing the dopamine is definitely one of those.
Oh. So. What they don't tell you, healing will cost you. Like we talked about the tax.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much more than just the tax. There's like the actual price. The actual price. And just like we were just talking about, coping mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Asta brought this up earlier. Asta, and so I told you, we were getting there. We were getting there. Yeah. Oh, the disassociation.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. All right. As somebody who suffers from CPTSD and BPD tendencies, like the disassociation and numbness from the overwhelming emotions, I miss it. There's some days when that flood of anxiety or the flood of sadness or the flood of whatever it is that is running through my nervous system, and then which of course turns on my overthinking and my catastrophizing and turns all those wonderful negative thoughts. But oh, the sweet, sweet, sweet darkness of disassociation.
Oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just autopilot away.
Yes.
I just got to get through today, and here's how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna shut it down and let it happen. Mm-hmm.
If I feel nothing, I don't feel bad.
Yes. Oh, that is such the coping mechanism. I'm just gonna shut it down. Yeah. Turn everything off. We're gonna go dark.
Except you turn it off, you feel nothing. You feel nothing. You don't feel good. You don't feel happy. You don't feel pride. You don't feel comfort. You don't feel loved. You don't feel joy. You don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
You don't feel worthy. You don't feel complete. You don't feel any of those other things either. You may not feel bad. You may not feel angry. You may not feel sad or worthless or any of those things, but you're also not allowing the good stuff in either.
Yeah, because you can't. Yeah, we like to think that maybe we can do that. We're like we just shut out all the bad stuff. No, that's not how it works.
And that's how when chasing like the white knighting and chasing the
Mm-hmm.
dopamine. So you shut everything off. So you do the thing that gives you the dopamine without
Mm-hmm.
having to turn on those emotions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's flatlining. That's what we're pretty much flatlining. We're saying we're not going to do anything. We're just gonna. It reminds me of, I think it was the movie Click. It's been several years. It's what's his face, Adam Sandler. It's where he had a remote control and he could just fast forward through the uncomfortable stuff, and he ended up fast forwarding it through so much of life, missing all of the good stuff, and then getting to that point going, where did that all go? Why did I do that? That's kind of what it's like. I cannot feel the bad stuff, but man,
And
what am I giving up?
I feel that way with my kids. Like I realize that there's a lot of stuff in my past when they were little and younger that I disassociated with to not feel the pain and do all those things. But then because with disassociation, you don't feel the good stuff either. I mean, I took videos and I loved on them and I did the good things. But what I realized is because your brain shuts off, you miss chunks of time, just like the Adam Sandler movie. Like you're missing those times. So there's no memory of it. There's no experience. There's no emotional attachment to those moments. There's none of that. Like you have pictures and videos to remember those moments by. But I was like, I realized I'm missing my kids' childhood. I'm missing my life. And I don't want to miss those things.
Yeah.
But to not miss those things means I have to open up. To not miss those things, that means I have to be vulnerable. To not miss those things means I have to allow myself to feel bad and allow those emotions in so that I can also feel good.
Learning to sit in the uncomfortable is, I know that's for the birds. Forget that stuff. I don't. Yeah, no. I am still learning to do that. Sitting in the uncomfortable, because that's where I learn. That's where I understand. That's where I accept. Because if I don't, because when I wasn't doing that, when I wasn't sitting in the uncomfortable, I was tuning out, or I was missing, or I was doing everything to not deal with whatever it is I needed to deal with, and then I wondered why it all happened again and again and again. Because then it created a pattern, and uncomfortable isn't uncomfortable. It's tough. It's not easy.
But it costs you relationships. It costs like I said, and you were white knighting, and so many people benefited from your white knighting. So many people benefited from my ability to just go, okay, I'll take another punch. For my people pleasing. So many people thought my perfectionism, I was a high achieving perfectionist people pleaser. So
Anna will handle it. People benefited from all of that. Just, she'll take care of it. She'll take care of it. And
when I said, no, I can't. Are you okay? Well,
what's wrong?
I can't. I have reached my limit. I have reached my quota. I have reached I can't. No, I won't. I stopped putting myself in situations. Like I literally could not say no because I did not want to hurt people's feelings. It was a literal, I really don't want to do this. I mean, and I would never just come out and say, no, that's not for me. I would just
Hmm.
try, but it never worked out that way. And I would end up doing things or being a part of things or being around people that I really should just have said, I'm sorry, this is not what I'm participating in.
Hmm.
And when I did start healing, my friend circle got really tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, what is it? What is it that you say about boundaries? The people who fight against your boundaries are the people who benefited the most from you not having them.
Hmm.
Yeah, you set boundaries and you hold on to them.
And not allowing and setting expectations
Hmm.
and enforcing your needs.
I'm sorry. What? I missed that. You said something.
Enforcing your needs.
You can't enforce them if you don't communicate them.
God damn it, Sean.
That's my problem. My problem is that
Fucking shit.
because you know it's right.
I'm not there.
My struggle is communicating my needs because if I communicate them, then yeah. So, but yeah.
Saying that it's okay. One, allowing yourself to have needs. Two, saying, no, this is not a want. This is not a extra. This is not a, well, okay, maybe I don't need that. And then when it's just losing the people that just like, well, no, this is what I need. That's bare minimum. That's not an extra. That's not an add-on. That's not a DLC. That is main game. Look, I went nerdy there. You like that?
You
That was
did,
hot.
you
Yeah, I
did.
know. I know. I'm like, it's not a DLC. It's not an add-on. It is the main game.
Mm-hmm. I like that your needs aren't DLC.
My needs aren't DLC. Oh, that needs to be a shirt.
That does, yes.
My needs are not a DLC. And it's true. But then you end up, because as you and I, as anxious attachments, Sean,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
then we get that fear of, fuck, what if we're alone?
Yeah. I don't, it's fine. I don't have needs. It's because that's the anxious attachment is I don't have needs because if I have needs, then you're going to think I'm too much and that I'm going to be alone. So I just won't communicate them. I just won't, it's fine. It's fine. I'll be fine. So I don't even not even giving people a chance, but yeah. So when you stop doing that, people respond to that and either and you find out whether or not that they're okay with that.
What?
And that
Sorry, go ahead.
no say and that's where the friendship group because what you come to realize is that the relationship was very one-sided. And not saying that was necessarily their fault, because what I've learned is that a person can't meet my needs if I've never told them what my needs are. So it's not really.
I'm pulling a Miko right now.
yeah, you are. Yeah, she is. She's totally pulling a Miko right now. But yeah, so I'm not pointing the fingers at them and going, it's their fault for not meeting my needs. I gotta communicate my needs. And then are they okay with that? And then figuring out, so that's where sometimes you find out that the relationship was only good because you did whatever they wanted to. It was one-sided. Now that it needs to go both ways, suddenly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question before we go into the next segment.
Oh, God. Okay.
What is something healing cost you that you weren't prepared for?
Oof. The effort and energy, I bought into it was easy. This is easy mode. Like it just happens. I wasn't prepared for it to be. it's like when you look at something that you don't know how to do, and you're like, oh, well, that's not a big deal. I can do that, and then you start to learn how to do the thing, and you're like, oh my god, this is so much bigger than I ever realized. It's I don't know what I don't know, so I'm like, oh well, this is fine. Like I can do this. I can journal sort of. I can do, and then I
Yeah,
start to
how's your
actually.
journaling going?
It's not bad. It's happening.
Okay.
I have journals. I have yeah. Um,
Sorry.
but it's realizing that it's so much more than just saying the words or naming the thing. It's much more beyond that. I wasn't prepared for that.
I wasn't um okay, this is gonna sound odd. I was not prepared for it costing me my identity. I was not prepared for that. I
Hmm.
didn't. I thought that okay, I was going to take who I was and just make it better, right?
Hmm.
But what like our favorite game is it my trauma or is it my personality? I didn't realize how much of how I thought, how I reacted to situations, how I felt towards certain people, how I handled certain people, how I handled my job, how I handled my personal and professional life, how everything that I did, every every single thing that I did revolved around my trauma, revolved around surviving, revolved around just existing, just trying to survive my existence. So now or, when I started doing, and I started deconstructing, not just deconstructing my religious beliefs, but deconstructing just who I was as a person and really taking things apart and really breaking everything down. I wasn't prepared for because I've seen this before. I've talked about it with my therapist too. For those who have CPTSD, it was they built their selves, their identity, and who they are around surviving their trauma.
Hmm.
So who they are as a person is their trauma. So
Yes.
in that whole, is it my personality, is it my trauma? It is your trauma. And now I'm breaking everything down to bare molecules. And I sit there and I go, well, I don't know how I feel about this person, really. Do I love them? Do I not love them? I don't know how I feel about myself. I don't even know if I like this. Am I that person? Am I a person who is like a chameleon? Like I used to pride myself on I could go and be in a room with any like a crowded room and I could go from and just adapt and just because that and I was like I used to pride myself on that. What I didn't realize is that was my masking and my people pleasing and my trauma.
Hmm.
So now I don't feel comfortable going like I'll go into a room full of people, but I won't like I used to want to like insert myself in people's conversations and I used to want to do all of these things. I needed to be noticed, I needed to be seen, I needed to them know my name, I needed them. I don't feel that need anymore and it was very unnerving because now I'm like, "Ooh, am I the bitchy antisocial person?" No. But then you question because like, you don't
What am
know
I?
because I
Hmm.
used to be the person the pick me girl that had to be in the middle of everybody's conversation and have something to say and look smart and intelligent and pretty and now I'm like I don't give a shit. It does because my value now does not rely on their validation. So now I validate myself. I feel fine. I feel pretty. I know I'm smart. I know I'm talented. I know I have a lot to say and I know I have a lot to contribute to all conversations, but that doesn't necessarily mean I feel the necessity to do it.
Or to prove it.
Or to prove it. So now
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm sitting, like, for example, I go into a room and it's a room full of people. And now I'm just like, I don't, I don't know. And I wasn't prepared.
It
It
feels
was,
weird. Does it feel weird to suddenly go, I don't need to do this? I don't. this is different.
And being shy is very normal, and I'm like, and again, that's me questioning myself. Am I really an extrovert? Was I really an extrovert, or was I
Hmm.
forced to be an extrovert because that was what is expected of me?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah.
And it's, again, I was not prepared. I was not prepared to look myself in the mirror and go, not that the trauma way, not in that trauma way of you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I've given so much of myself, I have no idea who I am, because I've done that too. But in
Hmm.
that way, you look yourself in the mirror and you're looking at this, like you literally, you are looking at this person that you don't recognize. And it's not a bad thing. It's not you're looking at yourself and you're like, oh, this is wrong and this is wrong and this person's falling apart. But you're looking at yourself going, that's me. Uh, but what do I like? I don't know. And your likes change, your hobbies change, things change. Did I like this hobby because I really like this hobby, or do I like this hobby because some guy 10 years ago told me I liked it and I just sort of picked it up?
Yeah. Or you did it because that was the only way you could spend time with somebody.
Right.
Yeah. It feels it's it's like it's kind of like deconstructing from religion. It's like it's so we have the deconstructing from religion, and then we have the deconstructing from our for mental health. It's like what is me and what is everything else? That is a very good point. I hadn't thought about that, the identity. And I was thinking what you're talking. I was thinking about like when we first rebooted, and I was like, yeah, I have social anxiety, and I have this and that, and you're like, but do you? Or is that coming from somewhere else? I'm like,
Because here's what Sean would do.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, to why I asked that question of him back then, is because he would complain often, often and a lot. I mean, I know they're both the same thing, but he would complain often
mm-hmm,
about how his ex wouldn't let him go do stuff, how he
mm-hmm,
wanted to go do these things. He wanted to go do these things, but she would always, so he felt this anxiety of being out and doing all these things. And she would question him when he got home. So he just stayed in.
mm-hmm.
But then on the other flip side of that, then he would say, well, I have social anxiety. I don't like being in crowds. I don't like doing these things. I don't like going out. I just stay at home. Okay.
I remember this. Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on. 2 and 2 are not making 4. They're making 12 right now. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Especially because for anyone that doesn't know, we've known each other since college.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a few years. It's been a while. I mean,
Decades.
It's been decades. So she's known me through multiple times of my life, and so she's like, back in college, I don't recall this being a part of who you were back in college. So where did this come from?
Right.
This wasn't who you were. Is this really who you are, or is this your trauma?
But in the same thing, we're not the same people we were back then. So
Yeah.
we might have changed. You might have got,
Because you weren't sitting. I don't think you were sitting there going, "Oh, you couldn't possibly be this person." You're just like questioning, "Where's this? Is this really who you are, or did something happen and this has been conditioning? This is again personality or trauma."
Right.
So turns out you were right. Imagine that. What? Crazy.
For those of you who don't know, I'm very, very it's like literally 1 time out of 10 that
Yeah,
I'm
one
wrong.
was just recently, but we'll leave that one.
Over AI.
Yes, it's over AI.
Over AI.
Hey, I take the wins wherever I get them.
I mean, fair. But yeah, that
Healing
was.
costs. Healing. That's the thing that people don't tell us. People don't tell you. Movies don't show you. The brochures don't show you.
I was not
There's a cost.
prepared. I was
No.
not prepared. I was not prepared to be looking in the mirror and saying, I have no idea who I am. I'm a healed person. I know that I've done the trauma work. I know I'm a healthier person, but in that, I don't know who this healthy person is. And then you get afraid. You get terrified. Because then you start feeling things. Like and feelings start becoming normal.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like,
what?
Sean, oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, before we go on to the next segment, but okay, I have to ask this question because ADD is running rampant right now.
Sure.
I was not prepared for the good feelings to be as fucking frightening as they are.
Yeah? The good feelings?
The good feelings.
Did they kind of take you by surprise?
It's like that TikTok I sent you forever ago. It's like, hi, I want to be friends. State your purpose.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. No, no, it's that. What do you say if somebody wants to be your friend? State your purpose.
Yeah.
No,
what's
try
your
again.
Angle?
Okay.
What do you obviously you want something from me.
Nice to meet you. State your purpose. like that's literally how I was not prepared for that either.
I was not. I'm still not prepared for people to like me for me. For people to go, oh, I see these parts of you, these parts that maybe you kind of try to hide and you're not fond of. I see those parts. You know what? That's cool. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Still here.
Mm-hmm.
I was not prepared for that.
Mm-hmm. Were you not? Yeah. Were you not?
No. I was prepared to go. Here's the ugly side, the uncomfortable side of me, and for people to go, peace. I'm out. I was ready for that. Because I created that.
Mm-hmm.
Not prepared for the people to go, okay, cool, all right. Good to see you. Good to see all the sides.
For those of you who don't know, most of Team AOA have seen through Sean's shit for many, many years now, and he still tries to hide it from us. He literally is like, "You can't see me."
Yeah, I'm hiding under the table, going, "They can't see me, can they?"
It's like he hides the mess in the closet, but we see, we're like, we know the mess is in the closet, Sean.
It's like,
no, it's not.
No, there's nothing in that closet. Don't open it.
But yeah, don't look under the bed because we all know that it's there too.
Yeah.
And we're still there. We're just standing there going, okay.
Not yet. Was not prepared.
And it gives off a funky smell. And and Sean tries to act like it's not there. And we're all like, we can smell it.
Febreze. I'm spraying Febreze all over the trauma.
He's still not. I mean, he really still is not prepared. But we're like, he tries to cover it up so hard. But we've stopped fighting it at this point. I think at this point we stopped trying it. We're just like, you'll tell us when you tell us. It's fine.
Yeah. So not prepared for that part. Not prepared for people to actually like me for me.
Yeah.
And to want to stay around and to want to be there and want to see that. That was people wanting to see more than just the thing that I attempt to polish on the top.
Same seas though. I mean, honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, same seas.
Yeah, you had that too.
I'm giving you shit, but I mean, let's be real. Roogs is a very different person than Anna.
I remember the conversations we had years ago in streaming. Yeah.
Roogs is a very different person. It's
fine. That one for a minute.
We're good. We're good. Well, I wasn't. I think the thing is I wasn't prepared for it. There was how suspicious good feelings felt.
You didn't trust them. You're asking the emotion. What's your purpose?
What's your purpose? And literally, state your purpose.
Yeah.
My purpose is to make you feel good. What other purpose?
Let me see your hands. You're asking the emotion. Let me see your hands. No, both hands. Let me see both hands. I gotta make sure there's not a knife in your hand somewhere.
You get close with somebody. You become closer with them. You become friends with them. You start opening up to them, and then you start feeling safe with another person, and you go, fucking shit, nope.
Or there's a moment where something clicks, like, oh, Like I feel pretty safer, and then part of you is going, okay, we're out.
Abort,
Peace.
abort, abort,
Gone.
abort, God.
Abort. Exactly. They're slapping the abort button. You're like, no. Like, get your hand off. Yeah, that's what relationships are like when you're healing through this trauma. That nobody tells you that you're gonna be distrusting people who are legitimately
Good people.
good people and the good emotions. They're like, your emotions just like, just let me love you, and you're like, no.
And but see, that's the other thing they don't tell you about healing. It's one of those, I really want somebody to love me for who I am, and I want to feel safe with somebody, and I want somebody who sees me and feels good. Okay, how many times have we told ourselves that? Like, I want somebody who sees me, makes me feel good about myself, who I enjoy being around, who I'm comfortable with, who like it's not even the butterflies. I don't want to feel butterflies. I realize butterflies are actually red flags. I want to feel calm with. I want to feel safe with. I want to feel good when I'm with them. I want to be with them. We don't have to be doing anything. I just want them to recharge my batteries. And then when you find that person, you're like, what is wrong with you? Where's the red flags? Where are the red flags? Where are you? You're stuffing them. You're hiding them somewhere. Where are they?
You need to, you need to back. I'm starting to feel safe with you. You need to back off. We self-sabotage so hard. Oh my God. Yeah.
It's bad.
That's our trauma. That is our trauma going, no. We're trying to, because our that part of us is trying to protect us from all of the trauma we've been through.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You're healing, so you know you're sabotaging it. You know that you want to be with this person or be around this person or you be close to this person. You want this person in your inner circle. And you're telling yourself, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes. What? No. Why am I? No, stop.
You literally, like, they send you a text that makes you smile. So you respond back and then you stop and look at it and go,
Uh-oh.
No, we don't do that. No. What? And then the part of you is going, what are you doing?
When you don't trust yourself.
You don't want yourself to feel bad, but you don't want yourself to feel good. So we're just going to sit by ourselves. It's fine.
Yes. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
I didn't expect the good feelings to be as hard as they were when I was healing. That's for sure.
That is very true. Yeah.
So why did it feel easier before the healing, Sean?
Because it was familiar. It's easy to confuse familiar with good or familiar with safe, because it was we would rather deal with the devil we know versus the devil we don't know. The familiar, our brains are so wired to seek out the familiar, and we equate that with being safe or with being okay or with being, because it's hard to rewire the brain. It's hard to heal. And so that's what we do.
I think like surviving is so much easier than thriving.
Yeah.
Because I think personally for me, well, first off, it's all I knew for a very, very long time. But surviving is a basic instinct. Surviving is your brain will kick into its default mode. So surviving isn't you making choices. It's not. Surviving isn't you making choices. It isn't making choices for things that are better than for you. Surviving is just you making sure you get through the day and you stay alive. Whatever you have to do, however that looks, whatever that looks like, it's your basic instinct. Nowadays, it's not us running from, mountain lions and wolves or whatever, or just, it's surviving the elements. Nowadays, it's just surviving is us just navigating through the world. And you don't think about it. Your brain goes to basic instincts. So it's feels easier because you're running on that adrenaline. You're running on that surface level. I just need to survive through the day. I'm not going to make any big decisions. I'm not going to make any waves. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to do any things. I'm not going to challenge or whatever. Well, that's for me. Some people fight that. Some people, their trauma is surviving, meaning they fight.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah. But it's trying to make it. It's trying to make it through the day. Trying to get from point A to point B. And our nervous system doesn't know the difference between a physical danger and emotional. Like the nervous system, danger is danger. It doesn't, and it will react the exact same way.
Yeah.
Whether it's emotional or physical.
Accepting good things, which in turn requires us resistant to the protective urge to always expect those good things to be taken away. Yes.
Oh, that's so much truth in that.
Yes. And thriving is also that when you get the good things. Yeah, like you get the good things, you're just, especially those of us that it's like, oh, it's going to get taken away from me. Something bad is always right on the heels of it. But also thriving is making choices. It's then, because to thrive means, one, you have to acknowledge your needs. You're not just denying them. You acknowledge your needs. You're thriving. You're forcing those boundaries. You're taking steps to improve yourself. It's the work. It's not a basic, you're not flatlining. You're not on default. Now you are actually working, you're working towards your optimal. Yeah. Which means it's work.
Yes.
It's choices. It's accepting the consequence of the choices, because when you're surviving, you can always play the victim and go something else. I was just doing the best I can to survive.
Yeah.
When you're thriving, you're making choices. That means making failures. That means learning lessons. That, like, to grow means to work.
No, I'm not okay with that. And we were talking about, like, you know, when something good happens, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Sometimes it does. And no matter how much we've healed, no matter where we're at in our life, there are times where that's going to happen. Something good, it will be followed up by something bad. And accepting that's going to happen, and that I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to handle that. I'm going to sit in it. But not always expecting it. That's the hard part about the shift, is going from I know something bad's going to happen, and waiting for it to happen, and not appreciating the good, because I don't want the roller coaster of emotion. I just want to, I just want the flat. I don't want to but I'm not enjoying the good stuff. And the bad stuff might happen. See, that's the insidious part of it. I'm convinced the bad stuff's going to happen, and so I don't allow the good stuff, but the bad stuff may never happen. So I'm cheating myself out of that. Because I just don't want to potentially deal with the uncomfortableness of something negative coming from it. Right. Of getting hurt.
Right.
So survival's easier.
And to be clear, just because you're in, like, especially when you're a struggle in the healthy and you're a struggle in the healing, doesn't mean that you want to go back to being unhealthy. What I have found for me is, when I am in those moments where it's a struggle to sit in the uncomfortable feelings, or the discomfort of holding my boundary, or the anxiety is just so overwhelming because my nervous system is kicked up because I am holding I'm doing the healthy thing versus what I would normally do. Doesn't mean that I want to continue. It just means that I recognize I recognize that I'm putting up a fight, and I recognize that what I'm going through is hard, and I'm choosing the hard. And that was the thing that Seabriggs, especially in the very, when I started this journey, because he was also starting his stuff at the same time. We pick our hards. We have to pick the hard. And was it really easier? Or was it just the fact that I was just used to that hard? And now this is just a different hard that I am just struggling through. And just because I miss the ease of being like it's like an old job. For example, I used to work in the educational system. I didn't think that job was hard. It was hard. But I did a lot of things because of where I was at that it was hard. There were days that were very, 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 very difficult. And I do miss it sometimes. But that doesn't mean that it was right for me. That doesn't mean it was good for me. It doesn't mean that it was healthy for me to be in that environment. I'm just choosing a different hard now, a different struggle. Because I want to grow, because it's going to make me happy, and it's what I'm willing to fight for. But there are some days where I'm like, I really miss being there. There are some days I miss just being, I miss that hard, you know?
Yeah. We're picking, both are hard because we say it's easy, but it's familiar. But you're picking the hard. One hard gets us to a better place. One hard keeps us stuck in the mire and the muck. We may, it may be familiar to us, but we're not getting anywhere. It will always be that. Versus getting into a better place. Yeah, it's hard, but it's going to be better.
Yeah.
And so it's like the short term versus long term.
But here's what's actually on the other, speaking of picking your heart, is I thought on the other side of it. Like we talk about like what they didn't tell us about healing, all the things that, I didn't feel. But what's on the other side that we're still learning, we're still trying to grasp, and so we're not 100% there yet, is that you get so much of the good too. You struggle, but you actually struggle in a way that's in a positive. Like you get a net positive.
Yes, you're right. It is.
Like whereas in before it felt easier because it was like we said, like healing was just your status quo. But you never netted a positive with it. There was no net positives. Yes, occasionally you get the trauma superpower. I mean, yes, you carry over the trauma superpower. Yes, there was an occasional net positive, but when you're struggling in this hard, you pick this hard, you pick the healing hard. There is hard, there are negatives, but there are more net positives.
Yes.
Just like we say, 2 steps forward, 1 step back is still a step forward.
That's correct.
Your relationships, like you no longer like, they saw me a mess, or we argued, or maybe I set a boundary with them and maybe it bothered them, but then they come back and go, okay, I respect your boundary, let's talk about it. I respect where you are. They don't run. Maybe they struggle, maybe y'all still struggle, but they don't run. They want to work out because they want a healthy relationship with you. They want a healthy friendship with you. You don't disappear into the relationship. You actually show up.
Yeah.
You let them love you.
What? Crazy, isn't that?
Listen. No one needs your mess right now. No pictures. No pictures. Not what, Asta?
Yeah. What are you referring to?
So, making choices comes from values instead of fear.
Oh, listen, what? No,
I'm out.
No.
Bye.
No. Yeah.
Nope.
All right. Well, it's been a good show.
Good show, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh man, choices from values. Choices because we want to make them because they're important to us, not because we're afraid.
Because if making the choice because we're afraid of the consequences, we're actually making a choice because it's going to add value to our life.
Choosing to be friends because you want to be versus the fear of being alone. What is that like?
I guess I do relationships wrong. Do you? And I challenge that statement. I'm only challenging that statement is, do you do relationship wrong, Asta, or are you doing relationships the only way you know how right now? And I say right now. And here's again another one of Sirux's favorite thing. Are you doing them wrong, or do you just not know how to do them healthy yet? I'm challenging your statement because one, first off, hello, relationship destroyer 101 right here. I am the key master. Hi. If anybody knows how to fuck up relationships, it's me. What I discovered about myself in my healing process is not that I don't know, not that I didn't know how to do relationships or I was doing relationships wrong. I was doing relationships in what I knew. I didn't know any better. It's like giving a kid a manual to a car and going, hey, go fix it. No, you have to teach them. I put myself on the shelf and make everyone happy. And again, that is something that you, as from what you have shared with us, Asta, and from what, like, I don't know details. Obviously, you haven't shared them here. From what you have shared with us, that makes sense. That makes 100% sense. Because that's what you were taught. That was what you were trained. That is what you learned to survive through relationships, survive through friendships, survive. That is what you learned to do to survive. That doesn't mean that you're doing them wrong. It just means you're doing what you were taught. And it doesn't, I mean, and that what the beauty of that mindset is, and that what the beauty of it for me was, is that means I can train myself. It's not going to be easy because, yes, you have to unlearn those habits. You have to unlearn those coping mechanisms. You have to unlearn those things to relearn the healthy. And yes, it's a lot of work. It is a lot. I am still struggling. But but to think about it, that means that it's not who you are. It's who you were taught to be, which means you can now relearn how to have relationships, and it is never too late. I told my dad that. My dad is 70 plus years old, and he says, I wish I had this, I wish I had all of the things. I would have done things differently. I would have gotten help sooner. I would have done this better. I said, Dad, it's not too late. It is never too late. You are never too old. It is never, ever too late. You're not beyond repair. You're not beyond any of those things. What you just have to have is the willingness to do it.
Yep.
And that's what's on the other side. In the end, I just feel worse and slowly withdraw out of friendships because I feel miserable. Well, and again, that's something to talk about with your healthcare professional. I don't have any, I can't speak for you. I mean, that is maybe something that, what are your values? Okay. Well, I know. ADD, side note. Hello, welcome. Okay, cool. But that is something when I was out of crisis mode and I was doing the trauma work, and it was, what were my values? Okay, so we're out of crisis mode. We're out of this. Well, like, what were my values? What did I want to get from my life? What was important to me? I'm not going to point you out, Sean, because I know you still struggle with that question.
I do. Yes.
And I still struggle with that question. But I mean, at least I'm able to have that dialogue with myself. But what are my values? And for me personally, interpersonal relationship was important to me. How I interacted with other people, how my relationships with other people, I wanted those healthy relationships. I wanted to feel good and safe and secure within the relationships that I was having with other people. That was important to me, especially with somebody who is anxious attachment and, like I said, CPTSD, and like when all of those things, because the place, what I was coming from with my relationships with other people was from a place of needing validation, was a place of fear, was a place of need, it was just a bunch of stuff that I didn't want. I didn't want that type of relationship. I wanted a different type. And so that was what was important to me and is important to me. How I deal with other people is very important to me. That isn't necessarily, maybe some people, it's one of those, no, I don't want to, that's not as important to me. Maybe just how I interact with myself is the most important. Also valid. It's what's your value. And that's okay.
Taking the time to understand that, have that conversation with yourself. Like you said, that's still something that I'm thinking about and figuring out and trying to understand is what is important to me. And that isn't something that I have to define and move on from. It's not like, oh, okay, here it is, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm moving on. Sometimes it's like, oh, I didn't realize that was important to me. Oh, that is important to me.
Right.
And let's figure out how that works. And what we do with that. So it's a journey. It's a process. It takes time, and it's not a one and done.
The other thing they don't tell you is what's important to you changes.
Yeah. Yes. What's important? Yeah, exactly. What's important to you, what you need in relationships, what you need in friendships, all of that can
what you need for yourself, your needs for yourself, your expectations for yourself, all of that changes. The more you heal, the more that changes. And it's constantly changing. So there's no, I know who I am, this is what I am, and this is what I do. Because that's not a growth mindset. That is a very stagnant, fixed mindset.
Yes. They don't tell you that.
They don't.
It's not in the brochure.
No, fuck that. Yeah. What the brochure is a very fixed mindset, I honestly think. It's very much like, you heal and you'll know exactly who you are, and that's who you are. And it's like, no, okay. That's not how a growth mindset works.
Yeah. There's no healing montage to go through, and then you come out the other side.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. You can read that. Go ahead.
Nobody warned us that it was going to feel like this, because this isn't what people talk about. This isn't the part that gets discussed. This isn't the everything's happy and everything's great and you're going to be wonderful and you're going to be all healed. No, this isn't what we're shown. This isn't what what is often demonstrated. This is rarely put out there in any form or demonstrated for us or talked about. Nobody warned us about this.
Because let me tell you, social media, they want to sell you the feel good. Okay, and that's the reality. Like yes, I see Instagram posts, and yes, people do the reels and the TikToks and all these things, and yes, people do give you real talk and all that stuff. But the reality is they want to make you feel better about yourself. Just like the Instagram models, just like the thirst traps, like those aren't reality.
Yeah. This is also not something that can be boiled down into a 3-minute clip. That's part of the problem with social media, and even therapists that are heavily engaged in social media will tell you, one, they're not your therapist, and two, it's really hard to distill these concepts into 3 minutes or 1 minute or whatever. We're doing this for 2 hours, and we could go more.
We do every week.
Yeah, exactly. So like, that's what we exist, so we can have these conversations and show you what we're going through, and the messiness that is healing. That can be healing.
It's not a one and done. It's not a 3-minute reel. And that's why a lot of us, like Aston, when you said that thing about yourself, it's like that's something to talk about with your therapist, because we're not therapists. We're, again, two trauma fucking Triscuits talking about our shit on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Do we spill all of our shit on the internet? No. That's first off, that's unhealthy. That's trauma dumping.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we're also not trying to pretend like we got it all together either. We're not.
Yeah, because that's not real.
No.
Mm-hmm. We don't want you to think that we're polished and clean and that we got all of our stuff together. If you've been watching this show, you know that. But that was a big part of when we started the show.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, for me, that was something I had to grow into. I had to learn, because I was not doing that at first. So this show is we're here to show you what it really can look like, what it looks like for us.
And this show has evolved itself too over the years.
It has, yeah.
Oh god, it has literally been like 4 years, 5 years. It's been 5 years.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's been 5 years. Almost to the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. God.
Whew. And we're still here, and our community is still
and
here.
still talking about shit. And
Still
sometimes it's
talking
the
about
same
it.
shit. And it is
Yeah.
what it is.
Because crazy thing, it's the stuff that we're healing isn't a one and done either. We don't check the box and all right, cool. That was something I had to learn. I thought once I checked it off the box, I was good. I wasn't ready for, like, I checked it off the box and then bam, the thing hit me and I didn't do the healthy thing. Like, I thought I could I just thought I could just move on. So,
But we're here.
yeah.
We're moving forward. We're definitely different people. We're learning our shit. And I'm very grateful. I am very grateful. The journey has been hard.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some days that I wish it just would have been easier to make the easier choice, the socially acceptable choice.
Mm-hmm. There is truth to ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's, well, the good thing. It just means there's some truth in it. So.
But yay!
I like this. Just because it feels difficult, just because it feels icky, it feels gross, because it feels uncomfortable, it doesn't mean it's wrong. And when you're healing, feeling uncomfortable is often what helps understand, helps realize that it's probably the right thing.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
All right.
Sean.
Yes.
Close this out.
Oh, like the whole thing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. So it is Sunday, which means tonight we're going to be building some Legos. Tonight at 6:30 Eastern on my channel, Dorian Sombra, we're going to do some Let's Build. And we finished the Game Boy last week, which was so much fun. I really enjoy putting that together. It looks amazing. This week, in tribute to... Oh, yes, you have the Game Boy behind you as well. Yes,
I love how I have all the Legos that you put together.
You do. The Enterprise, the Game Boy.
The love that we literally started like
we did
at the same time. I was sick, I remember, and I was just building, and I was like, you had
That's when you power through Lego. You power through Lego when you're sick.
It's
like
fine.
Nobody business.
You just
yes, but do you have the Aldi? I have the Aldi.
I have Toothless.
It's true, you do have Toothless. Mm-hmm.
He's like, really.
You have you get the cool stuff. Yes, you have all the stuff. Fine. Are you comparing Lego sets? Is that what's happening here? Is this
never? I would never show you how I am faster at building Legos than you are.
Just because you finished in like half the time. Oh my god. Yes, we did that build off that we did. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna build in as a tribute or in memoriam to during our stream, our charity stream, our Veterans Day charity stream, where we played RV There Yet, which was me and Jay had so much fun. I don't know if you had a lot of fun, but Jay had fun.
I did not. I did not. That is a game that I wish would.
As a tribute to that fun time.
God damn it.
We're building an RV tonight. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
You know what? If I am available, how about Jay and I hop on while you're doing it, and then like over Discord we play RV There Yet.
Oh my god, that would be a lot of fun.
While you're building your RV.
While I'm building it, yes, absolutely. You guys should totally do that. All right, so tonight at 6:30, make sure you're here on the Dorian Summer channel, 6:30 Eastern. We're going to start building the RV. And then Tuesday is 3 Bards and a Dragon is our RPG podcast where we roll a d20 and let it ruin our lives. It is on the Team_AOA channel, so make sure you're following that. We have so much fun on that show. I don't think I laugh so hard as when we are the shenanigans that we have. So make sure you're following the Team_AOA channel for that. Why are you steepling your fingers?
No reason.
No, none at all? None whatsoever? Oh my god, she's got something planned. All right, so you're going to want to be here for whatever shenanigans she's got planned. That is at 8:30 Eastern. 8:30 Eastern on the Team_AOA channel. And then that brings us back to more waking up at 1 o'clock Eastern on right here, the Nerd Mum Ace channel. That is all the stuff that we have planned. But make sure you're following all of our channels because you never know when we're going to just randomly go live. That's a fun face. Did one of your hatchlings do something? I bet they did.
Both of them.
Both, of course they did. They're like, Mom, it's the end of the stream. Mom, it's the end. Oh, hey, Paragon.
Hi, Paragon.
Subscribe for 35 months. Holy cow.
I know. Gosh.
Awesome.
That is awesome. I miss you, Paragon.
So make sure you are here. So make sure you're following all of our channels so that if any of us go live, you are notified and you can come hang out. The last thing is we have Con Carolinas coming up. We are going to be at Con Carolinas. So if you happen to be in the Charlotte area for the last weekend in May, you can come hang out with us at Con Carolinas. If you are going to be here and want to come hang out, you can get tickets at concarolinas.org. Concarolinas.org. There we go. And if you want to get tickets, you can use the code Team AOA, all one word, for 25% off your weekend pass. And so you get to come hang out with us. We have amazing things planned for the table. We have the conquests that Anna put together that are just fantastic. I'm a little jealous. I kind of want to do some of them. So we've got conquests we've got planned. We got panels. We got all kinds of good stuff. So if you can be there, we'd love to meet you. Love to hang out with you. Love for you to come see us. And if you can't, because we know that's not always possible, make sure you are following our channel so that when we do go live throughout the weekend, you will be there. You'll get the notification so you can come hang out with us and find out all of the things that we are doing or did throughout the day. That is, again, the last weekend in May. That's all of our stuff, right? Did I miss anything? Are we good?
Nope.
Oh, and again, I threw this in the beginning, but some people didn't see it. So make sure if you want to hang out with us in between our streams, make sure you have joined our Discord. If you want to just ask a question, if you want to say something, if you want to post something that you're working on, crafty-wise, whatever, show and tell, put it there in the Discord. All right. Now I'm done.
Okay, now you done? All right.
Now I'm done.
See you guys later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Did you really just high five over me right
No,
now?
we didn't.
Okay, we're live. Hello.
Last week,
You don't even do that well from the front seat.
Okay.
The
bear's coming with the cup and spoon.
I
Oh,
straight up
no.
PBR for the table.
Yeah.